Hey everybody, you know what time it is. It's lunchtime with the Habit Master. I'm your host, Dr. Stephanie Aldrich, and I help people change their bad habits. When you change your habits, you change your life. Today is Business Wednesday, so I thought I'd come to you from upstairs in one of our conference rooms in the building, and I want to talk to you about an easy way to communicate with your patients. And this is a great habit that everybody in business or just in sales or any kind of industry should have. And that habit is, wait for it, the elevator pitch. Now, I know so many people have talked about an elevator pitch. Well, you have to have a 20-second pitch about blah, 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 blah. Really, what an elevator pitch to me is a great habit to have that kind of summarizes real briefly what you do or what you're selling or what you're trying to communicate to your customer or potential customer, okay? It's simple. It's a precise way to communicate with them, okay? So I want to go over 4 easy ways to kind of develop an elevator pitch without kind of sounding too salesy or like a used car salesman kind of thing. So the first thing is basically you want to keep your communication short. You want to be to the point. You want to be short. You do not want to, try to explain too much. You're not even sure what this person wants. Can you help them with their problem or situation? Will your product or service take care of what they're here for, right? You don't know yet, okay? Pretend like maybe you have a new product or service and you're trying to communicate that with a person that's already a customer. You aren't quite sure if it's the right fit for them. So would you go into a lengthy conversation and third-party data and examples and testimonials and all of that? No, you wouldn't. You want to keep it short and precise. You want to try to establish some communication with them. And in order to do that, you have to keep it short and simple. Short terminology. You don't want to use industry jargon with them yet. You can do that later. You got to find out, is what you want them to have, is that what they really need, their product or service? Number 2, you want to keep it simple. Simple, short, brief, right? Keep it simple, stupid, the KISS method, okay? When I'm with patients, for instance, and they have something going on, I spell it out for them. Here's how I can fix your tooth. We can do this, this, and this. And that's all I say. Well, what is option B? Okay, option B is then you go into detail. No, that's not what I want. Okay, well then we have option A or C. I think C is what I'm gonna go for. My insurance covers it, it's in my budget, and I think that's gonna give me what I want. Okay then, we show them video, we talk to them about insurance, we talk to them about this, we give them details. How long is it gonna take? What's the procedure involved? Is it 1 step, 2 step, 3 steps? What exactly are the details of it? But that's not how I start the conversation. I start the conversation with, this is how I can fix your issue. Ba, 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 ba. Then they kind of ask a question. What do you want to do? And you go into it, right? This leads me to number 3. You also have to be enthusiastic about it, okay? You don't want to sound like you're jumping down their throat or not interested in their problem, right? You want to show that you're concerned about them, that you want to help them, but you also have to keep it factual, keep it short, keep it simple, so that they can kind of start understanding where you're coming from and what you can do to help them. And the last thing that you have to do is you have to give them a call to action. And that's kind of a fancy industry term with, you got to tell them what to do next, okay? Here are your options, A, B, and C. They ask about B, you give them more information, right? The call to action is this really what you're looking for? Do you need more information? Okay, you give it to them. Okay, now the call to action is, are you ready to buy? Are you ready to make an appointment? Are you ready to get this done? Yes, I am. Okay, this is what time I have. Make the deal and go for it. It's really that simple, right? You want to communicate with people in a simple term so that they already know that you know what you're talking about, right? You don't have to like spiel your expertise at them. But you also have to be able to communicate those details if they want you to communicate those details, right? Obviously, they're going to want to know, maybe they haven't had a lot of expertise in your particular area, and they're going to do some research before. Now is a great time to have a sales kind of business, because a lot of times people do research online before they even come in contact with you. Or they talk with their neighbor, or they talk with their daughter or husband or whatever who's had a little expertise in this particular situation. And then they come to you and say, hey, I know about this and this that I've done research on. I've heard it has great reviews, or your office is awesome and you take care of people, right? So they already come in with kind of an expectation that they know that you can take care of them. So you don't have to be like salesy about it. All you have to do is say, okay, this is what I have. What do you need? You're communicating very simply and directly with them. You don't have to do NLP things and mirror their actions and do psychology tricks with them. Just be matter of fact with them. What do you need me to do? Okay, I need this problem solved. This is how I want to do it. I have the time frame of this, and here's my budget. Can you fix this? So then you look at your product or service spiel and see if you can put a package together. Yes, we can do this, this, and this in this time frame for this amount of money, and let's get started. And that's how you do your elevator pitch. It doesn't have to be some kind of salesy commercial for you. It just has to be able to be concise and short, and just a little bit of information so that it kind of gives you an idea of, hey, this is what the person needs. This is what this potential client or current client needs, and maybe they need to go into something different. It kind of gives you almost like qualifying data that a lot of people forget to ask, and they just go right into the sales pitch, or they go right into the demonstration. That's not what you want to do. You want to get this kind of simple elevator pitch down pat so that the people that you're communicating with know where you're coming from, and then can kind of ask questions that then you can give them more information on if it's needed. Sometimes it's not needed. Sometimes they have all the information that they want and they just want the product or service. Give it to them. Why waste time on all the salesy jargon stuff? Just go right into it. I know for me, so my little elevator pitch for the Habit Master is, I'm Dr. Stephanie Aldrich, and I help people change their bad habits. Then I give them just a little bit of information from that. I tell them what I do. I change their bad habits. Well, why are habits important, right? That's the question. I help people change their bad habits. When you change your habits, you change your life. That's all I say. Every single show that I do, that's all I say. That's my elevator pitch to introduce me to you and to tell you what I can do for you. I can change your bad habits. Well, why do I need to change my bad habits? Because when you change your habits, you can change results that you get in your life. So that's what I say. And then you say, well, I do want to make more money, or I want to lose weight, or I want a loving relationship. How do my habits then, give me those results? Give me the results that I want. How am I being stuck all the time? That's what habits can do for you. If you learn how to change those habits, those routines, those actions, those thoughts, those beliefs of self-limitation, that then can lead you to different results, right? You change one thing, you change another thing. It's all the law of cause and effect, right? That's what your elevator pitch should do. Give them a brief introduction of yourself, and then kind of give a little bit of a almost like a roundabout summary of what your product or service can do for them. You are a plumber. I can help you with leaky pipes or a clogged drain. That's all you got to say. Anything in between. Okay, you know what? We want to put in a bathroom downstairs. Can you help me hook that whole thing up? Absolutely, I can. Where is it? Do you have existing plumbing? Now you can get into details so that then you can draw up an estimate and say, okay, when all this other work is done, I will help, put everything together and hook you up and make sure that it's functional. And here's my estimate. When you're ready to go, here it is. Let's put a down payment here today, and I'll see you in 3 weeks when the construction is done and you're ready for me. How hard is that? Doesn't take very long to do. I think some people get in a situation where they just want to prove themselves to the other person, whether they're somebody that's new to them or somebody that's not. You don't have to prove anything to anybody. You have a job or your own business because you already know everything there is to know about that certain subject or industry, right? You don't have to prove it to anybody. You're making a living doing it. You're doing it every single day. You're practicing your craft. All you have to do now is simplify it into layman's terms and be able to communicate it shortly and with enthusiasm and in simple language that you are the person that can help them. Okay, so I hope this helps everybody today. Remember to subscribe to iTunes and Spotify. Look for Lunchtime with the Habit Master episode so you don't miss anything. And also go to Spotify, TikTok, iTunes, YouTube, and Instagram. Subscribe and follow, and you can follow me. I'm going to be getting ready to do some articles here for some big corporations soon, so be on the lookout for that, and I'll let you guys know when that happens. So that's it for me. Hope everybody has a great day. Thanks for watching, and let's build good habits together.
Want more money? Want to get into shape? Want a loving relationship? Okay, so why don't you have these things right now? The answer is habits. Your habitual behavior and thoughts are keeping you stuck right where you are. So how to get past your habits? You've got to open your routine to different thoughts and actions. When you do this, you start to get different results. It really is that simple. But most people don't stick with the changes long enough to benefit from the results. This is where the habit formula comes into place. The habit formula looks at the origin of habits and how they form. Then it takes the next step in showing you how to hang in there long enough to see the results you want. Want to learn more? Go to thehabitformulabook.com and grab your free copy. That's right, it's free! Go to thehabitformulabook.com. Find out how hundreds of other people around the world have used the habit formula to get the results they want. You don't need to be Einstein to figure this out. Go to thehabitformulabook.com today.